I want to say Sunday fun day, but I can't because today is Saturday. But it's still going to be awesome. Oh yeah, Comatron knows it's going to be awesome. Quick stream today, everyone. But you know what? It's going to be short and very, very sweet because we got an amazing guest today. The one and only Mr. Steven Jones, creator of the Checkmate 1500 case. He's got a new Kickstarter. It's going to be so much fun. I see Oram checking in from the VIP Lounge in Club Amigaville, along with Milo Loves Chocolate. Leroy Robbo, what is up? Alanson09, Saturday Fun Day, you know it. Stuart Johnson's here. What's up, Stuart? Poetic Android. Jeff of Florida, what's up? Super Tech Boy, how's it going? Poetic Android with the shades on the boing ball. I love it. D-Wizzle, what is up, D-Wizzle? And the Amiga 7, how's it going? Pick a King Dom Wars, glad you made it on the Saturday. Amiga Live, greetings to you. Amiga Live, you rock. Squirrel, what is up? SR Baker, also checking in from the VIP Lounge. Saturday Fun Day doesn't have the same ring, I agree, but you know what? It's going to be just as fun. I'm ready to get this party started, Alan Son and Razor. It is awesome. Yo, pay your bills, you know it, RS Matrix. Air Yuri in the hot tub, in the chat. The Retro Bench, checking in from the VIP Lounge, retrobench.com. Sending me that Bifrost last week. Retro Bench rules. No worries, Andy Amiga 7 will be a quick stream. Razor XG, thank you so much for the sub. 24 months, holy crap, dude. That is freaking 2 years of subscriptions. Thank you, Razor XG, you're amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Pick a King. I do my best. Andy Amiga 7, thank you for the resub. You rock, dude, Andy Amiga 7. Oh yeah, Milo already pledged for the case. Nice. The only Mrs. Baker, what is up? Saturday the Ratter Day, awesome. Saturday the Ratter Day, I like that one. The only Mrs. Baker. Commodore 128. Oh wow, greetings to Croatia from New York. That is amazing. Alright guys, today's gonna be a short stream. I actually gotta work as soon as the stream is over. I got my bags packed and ready to go. So let's get this party started. Steven's waiting, and I'm gonna start off with one of my favorite demos from 2017. It's Beam Riders by Ghost Town and How Job. Let's freaking go, everyone. Amiga. Oh yeah, here we are. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. I know it's not a Sunday fun day. Today is a Saturday, but I promise it's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, it's gonna be, I got the jams playing here. Oh yeah, we got the Hoffman playing. It's gonna be a great stream today, everyone. It's gonna be short and sweet because, you know, just like they say in the movie Clerks, I'm not even supposed to be here today. Remember, like 3 weeks ago, I talked about 2 weeks that are really gonna be tricky for me. That one was last week, but we pulled it off last week. The second one was this week. Dude, I'm actually going to work. Like, literally, I got my bags packed and ready to go. As soon as I hit stop streaming, I'm grabbing my bags and I'm running out the door. And oh, and you hear this music that's playing? It's Hoffman. If Hoffman is still streaming, we're going to raid Hoffman. If Hoffman's not streaming, we're going to raid Akira. They're both using the PT software. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, today's stream is going to be short and sweet. We have a very, very special guest who just started a brand new Kickstarter. His name is Steven Jones. He's no stranger to most of you. And if you're not sure who Steven is, you're gonna learn today. It's gonna be great. Let me just say hi to everyone real quick, because I know it's not my regular day, so I'm giving everyone like a little chance to catch up. Yo, mom and dad are watching, and Ash said hi is watching. Ash is the latest partner, or the latest Twitch partner, and I'm joining her team, man. She made a team. I'm gonna be on Ash's stream team. I love it. Vengeance Knight, thank you so much for the follow, Vengeance Knight. I hope all the mix is good. So yeah, Beam Riders, let me just catch up on the chat, everyone, really quick. Saturday the Ratter Day, I love that one, the only Mrs. Baker. I love it. What's up, Croatia? That's amazing. 3D Code Warrior is here. What is up, 3D Code Warrior? Blackpool. Saturday fun day. X Barry PL, Chesh to you. X Barry, I'll be working on the subtitles. It's a really good idea. Yeah, Lou, but today's gonna be a really quick stream, like I said, because I need to run to work right after the stream is over. I have another train to catch. I was catching a train last week, catching a train this week. Turn up the Hoffman, baby. Oh, thank you, Nagram. I'm so happy I'm streaming today. You know, better stream today than skip the week. You know what I mean? Ben Boy, what is up? Benny Boy 80, hello to you. Terrafin 313, what is up, Terrafin 313? D Wizzle already pledged for 2 cases from Steven Jones. That is awesome. Robert Downs, what's up, Robert Downs? Great to see you. Today's Taylor's birthday. Oh, no way, Benny Boy. Give Taylor my best. Pints and Amiga guys are awesome. Taylor is such a cool guy. I love how Pints and Amiga streams father-son duo. That's so cool. Yeah, the PT 1210's Hemo Stick. We're gonna raid Hoff for sure. Stuart Johnson. Ghost Town does rock. I love Ghost Town so much. Thanks, Luba. I'm gonna have a blast. Yo, Ash said hi. Thank you so much for the host, Ash. You're amazing. Ram with the Juji Pella guns out. I love it. There's no sun out today in New York, but the guns are out because when your guns are out, the sun's always out. Squirrel, what's up, Squirrel? Milo loves chocolate. I love that demo. It's one of my favorites too. Whitey Snakey, what's up, Whitey Snakey? Yeah, Mobeast68, absolutely. I'll absolutely drop that into the goodie bag for you this week. I'll work on the goodie bag on my train ride, my 5-hour train ride as soon as the stream's over. SR Baker, you're so excited for the cases. Yeah, me too, man. Maya82, what is up, Maya82? The founder of the Amiga Bill VIP Club. What is up, Maya? Great to have you here. I know you're dual streaming, Maya. I know she's watching another stream too. Thank you for being here. I think the mix is good. Benny Boy, this chair is awesome. I love this chair. I wasn't, originally, I was like, I don't know about these streamer chairs. Like, I need a new chair. My wife was just like, your chair is old and gross. Like, I'm gonna buy you a new chair, like one that looks nice. And I was like, I like black and red. I don't know if I want one of these streamer chairs, but I called them up to find out. I called DX Racer to find out what the deal was. And they're like, how tall are you? What's your weight? What's your waist size? They took all my measurements and they're like, well, here's the exact chair you want for your measurements. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. Boom. I love it. Yeah, and Mobeast, you got it, dude. It'll absolutely be there. You hope to find out when Ito's Mist X board drops. Milo, that's gonna be awesome. Yo, greetings to Scotland, Annie Morrill. Greetings to Scotland from New York. Saturday Catterday. My cat is here. I don't know if you can see my cat, but he was here a minute ago. Amiga Live totally like lurks. What's up, Mom and Dad? Mom and Dad is here. Ash said hi is here. Litwarski, thank you so much for the sub. Hello to you. Litwarski, Andy Amiga 7, and Razor XG all just subbed, and they're all going to be getting the Amiga Build goodie bag. Every week I give a goodie bag with all the links from the stream. I give a goodie bag with the demo that I start the stream with. You get the actual demo as well as an awesome recording of it. Yo, Milo Loves Chocolate, he gifted a sub to Tech438. Thank you, Milo. You're amazing, Milo. Thank you so much. Let's see, let me catch up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, Ash said hi. Ash, you're the best. Ash, I'm honored to be on your team. I can't wait. Tricky McGee, thank you so much for the subscription, Tricky McGee. Great to have Playa Valley. What is up? What is up, Playa Valley? You can't ride trains there? Oh, no way. Crazy. Poetic. Oh, Milo's Chocolate gifted out 5 subs. Milo, you're amazing, Milo. You're amazing. Milo, you're awesome. Yo, Inapro Arcade, thank you so much for the raid, Inapro Arcade. Oh, wow, this is a raid. Inapro Arcade, thank you so much for the raid. I hope your stream was great. This stream is going to be, I hope it's going to be a great one for you. I'm really not prepared as well as I like to be for my guest, but he's ready to go. It's going to be amazing. Let me just say one thing really quick. Amiga, I hope the mix is all right. We're listening to the Hoffman, man. Yo, 11 Hawk, thank you so much for the subscription, 11 Hawk. Appreciate that so much, 11 Hawk. Thank you so much. Vampire MSX, nice rhyme. sometimes it flows. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it flows. Oh man. No way. Something organic and tasty coming my way in the mail? No way, Milo. Milo, I hope you're enjoying your Hoffman artwork that I made for you. If you want another one, Milo, if you want something else, let me know, Milo, because you're so generous. All my VIPs are getting their prints in the mail. I know the first one landed in Europe. Maya82 got her print. She showed me today. I think it came today. So I know the folks in America got theirs. The folks in Canada got theirs. So Europe is going to start getting theirs. So if you're Amiga Build VIP and you're, I know you placed your order with whatever print you want. So the VIPs is that's a Patreon. They get prints of my artwork because I'm a professional photographer. So I was like, what can I do for my VIPs? The only thing I'm good at is like photography. So I'll send them some photos. Playa Valley, thank you so much for the bits, Playa. And Inapro Arcade, thank you so much for the bits, Inapro Arcade. Let me kind of shout you out, Inapro Arcade. So also, all my VIPs are mods. So if anyone, anyone has got this power, can I highlight you, Inapro Arcade? Copy, shout out, Inapro Arcade. Boom, boom. There you go, right there. Benny Boy, what's up, Benny Boy? 11 Hawk again, thank you for the sub. Air Yuri, I'm so lucky. Yeah, Air Yuri says this is great. All the Amiga community streamers gather for your streams to chill every Sunday and sometimes Saturday. Air Yuri, dude, Air Yuri, you're my mascot. And I can't even tell you, Air Yuri, how much I appreciate everyone coming out for the streams. It really means the world to me, and I try like really hard to make them good. I try really hard because I really appreciate all of your time. That's the greatest gift anyone can give me. The greatest gift anyone can give me is like your time, coming here to watch the streams. And I appreciate your time so much. Everyone's time is so valuable, and the fact that you choose to come to watch one of my streams, I try and do the best I can. It's been, the past couple weeks have been really tricky because I'm making a new TV show and it's demanding all my time. I'm doing 16-hour days, like almost 7 days a week. So sorry if the past couple streams have been a little bit short or maybe not as prepared as I normally am. But that's what I got, that's what pays the bills. So I'm really, really happy to have this gig. I'm gonna be going to it as soon as the stream is over. Let me check. Do Mobeast, I do some, but I'm not. Usually I hire a drone guy for the real stuff. Retro Game Arcade, thank you so much for the follow. Bobby Zeal, what is up? Super Tech Boy, unfortunately I can't tell you about the show because it's like it's a show it's going to be a brand new show on one of the major streaming networks. So unfortunately I can't tell you about the show yet, but of course as soon as I can, I'll tell you all about it. Can't knock the hustle. You know it, Legion 2183. You got the hustle. Work hard, play hard. You know it. But I'll tell you what, Retro Gaming Arcade, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Appreciate the follow very much. If you're new to my streams, I'm Bill. Usually I stream every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC, 8 p.m. Central European time. But every now and then I have to switch it up because I'm a freelancer, man. I got a regular gig. So today I have to mix it up and do it on a Saturday. Yeah, dude, I know, Air Yuri, the NDA, I can't afford any NDA hits. So I'm about to have my guest on, but I just want to say, because I didn't say thanks. Here's the monitor with all the VIPs on it, and if you look over here, this is Tech Girl. She is the newest VIP. Tech Girl, thank you so much for your amazing support. I'm gonna do a thing. Tech Girl is so cool. She's got an Amiga BBS called the Amiga Underground, and I think on the next stream we'll log into it. That's my plan. So I have to put that in the goodie bag. But there's her website and BBS. So Tech Girl, thank you so much for your amazing support. We'll go around the horn here. How do I do this? How do I point it? Of course, we got Maya82 down there. We got Snow Dog. We got Milo Loves Chocolate. We got the O-ROM. We got the Retrobench.com. We got SR Baker, Sansian01 from the Pixel Gaiden podcast, Tech Girl, C64 Television, Step, Lemon Amiga from lemonamiga.com. Step's going to be riding in that vintage car real soon. Cractus1 from Dark Horse Observatory, monsterjoysticks.com. Thank you all for your incredible support. Thank you for everyone who subscribes. And most importantly, like I said before, thank you all for your time. I appreciate that so much. 3D Code Warrior, you are nuts. 3D Code Warrior just gave out 20 tier 1 subs. Are you kidding me? 3D Code Warrior, holy mackerel, you're a madman. We got a level 5 hype train. Holy cow. Dude, 3D Code Warrior, dude, that's crazy. So everyone who 3D Code Warrior just gifted a sub to is going to get the Amiga Build goodie bag. Anyone who subscribes to me here on Twitch gets the goodie bag. It's a document with all the links from the streams. I throw in the demo that I play before every stream. I throw in any free games or PD stuff that I do during a stream. You never know. You never know what's going to be in the goodie bag. But holy cow, dude. 3D Code Warrior says, thank you so much for doing this over and over for our community. 3D Code Warrior, thank you so much to you and everyone who comes here and watches the streams. I'm blown away, 3D Code Warrior. Thank you so much. I need a drink of water, and we're going to start with Stephen Jones. What time is it here? What time we got? It's 2:21. I'm 5 minutes late for Stephen Jones. If Stephen Jones has seen any of my streams, he won't be surprised. Seriously, 3D Code Warrior, that is amazing. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate that. But the greatest, like I said, the greatest gift anyone can do is just come here, watch the stream, and have fun. No one needs to subscribe. No one needs to subscribe or even chat. If you just come here and lurk, that's cool with me. I just want you to tune in and have fun. That's all I care about. But 3D Code Warrior, that was amazing, dude. 3D Code Warrior, you're amazing, 3D Code Warrior. 3D Code Warrior, please hit me up with a PM because I want to reciprocate for you, okay? Please hit me up with a PM because I don't know your real name, and I would like to send you something. Please hit me up with a whisper or in my Discord channel, please, because I would like to just give you a small token of appreciation there. Thank you so much. I'm drinking water. I gotta drink some water and hydrate for Stephen Jones. If you think I got energy, Stephen Jones has got a lot of energy, man. Jiro, what is up, Jiro? Great to have you here. Amazing to have you here, Jiro. Thank you all so much for hanging out. So the next stream, next weekend, Sunday Fun Day will continue. My next stream will be on Sunday. I'm gonna do my best to prepare for it, but I'm gonna be getting home from my job that I'm leaving for in 3 hours. I'm getting home Saturday night at 11 p.m. So it's gonna be a little bit of a wild stream, but we'll figure it out, and it's gonna be awesome. Today's gonna be wild too. So let's get the party started. So Super Tech Boy, no stream tomorrow. Thank you for clarifying, Super Tech Boy. Today is my stream. Tomorrow I'm going to be operating a camera and doing lighting for a TV show at 2 p.m. my normal time. So I'm streaming today, and then the next stream will be Sunday. Let me see the date. It's Sunday, December 20th. We'll do some Christmas stuff, maybe. Some holiday stuff. So Sunday, December 20th. My next stream will be Sunday, December 20th, the usual time. Little Helmet, thank you so much for the follow, Little Helmet. Little Helmet, thank you. Yo, there's Pints and Amiga. Pints and Amiga. What is up, Pints and Amiga? Let me shout you out real quick. Pints and Amiga, awesome streamers here on Twitch. They also on YouTube. They're a father-son team, and tomorrow is Taylor's birthday. Happy early birthday to you, Taylor. Freaking cheers, man. Bottoms up. All right, everyone. So because today is going to be a shorter stream, I got to go by VHS cam here. I don't know. VHS cam. Yeah, VHS cam. It's 2:23 p.m., so I got about an hour. I got a little more than an hour to stream today. So without further ado, I want to bring on my guests. So today's just an interview stream, not just an interview stream, but it's an interview stream. I'm gonna have on Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones, amazing guy. I first learned about Stephen Jones on YouTube. He posted this amazing video toaster video on YouTube, and I was like, this is really interesting because, you know, Toaster was here in the USA, but Steven is in Europe. So I'm like, how cool is it that like someone in Europe, in the land of PAL, has got a really sweet video toaster set up. So I was like, wow, this guy's cool. And then we got friendly, and then he posted this amazing video called Is the Raspberry Pi like the best Amiga in the world? It was all about, you know, emulating the Amiga with the Raspberry Pi. Another banger from Steven. Then he's done so many other things. Then last year, he had a Kickstarter for a new Amiga case called the Checkmate 1500. It is like an incredible case. I was really lucky to be on Steven's show and helping him promote the Checkmate case. It is one of the coolest things to come out for the Amiga community in recent times. And now he's got a brand new Kickstarter. It's the follow-up to the Checkmate 1500 case. It's called Checkmate Mini. So Steven's gonna come on, tell us about the new Kickstarter, tell us about the old Kickstarter. We're gonna see what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pot down the music, turn on the PC music, and without further ado, I would like to welcome a very warm welcome to a very special guest and person, the one and only Mr. Stephen Jones. What's up, Stephen? Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm not going to live up to that build.
You can do it. No, seriously, Stephen.
I never had such a build-up.
You're amazing, dude.
It's going to go down now.
No, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited to talk to you, Stephen. And like I said, I wish I was a little more prepared, but it's gonna be great. And yeah, so like I said, you first caught my attention when you posted that video toaster video. I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like someone from Europe rocking a video toaster. You don't see that very often. So that was so cool. But Stephen, why don't you give the folks a little bit of background, a little intro about yourself before we get started here?
Okay, well, first of all, I know you want to go, so we're going to keep this as short and sweet as possible.
We have time. No, don't rush it.
As everyone knows, I talk. But I talk forever. So, okay, so my history goes back to about 1987 as far as Amigas are concerned, where I ran a company called Checkmate Digital with a guy called James Campbell, and we developed built the first Checkmate 1500. Things went, we had run-ins with Commodore, which I'm not going to go on about here, I haven't got time. And that project kind of fizzled out because it never really reached its goal. In fact, I've sold 3 or 4 times more of these cases than I did of the original one.
What was the original? What was the original?
It was just called the Checkmate 1500.
And it was
That's
a case.
Why I kept the names.
It was a case.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really strong steel case. It wasn't, in fact, fun enough, I didn't design it. It was designed by another guy, and we manufactured it and we distributed it. And I caused, let's just say, quite a stir in the business back then. Hence, having a run-in with Commodore because they didn't like the fact we were calling it the Checkmate 1500. We called it the A1500, and they didn't like that. That's why Commodore then brought in the UK. They released the Commodore 1500 Amiga, and that's a long story, which I'll go to. Anyway, so we did that, and then I was working from about 1987 till the end of the 90s. We came close to having a deal with Gateway when they bought the Amiga. We was hoping to do something special there with the Siamese system. So I've had a bit of an up and down Amiga career, but I left it in 2000. Then I came back in 2008 because I saw AROS, which I'm a massive fan of AROS. Did a few things there, backed a few people with development money to help them design drivers and that kind of thing. Disappeared again for a little while, and then came back about 3 or 4 years ago. And the reason for this round of cases was David Pleasance going to write a great book. And I said to him, don't you put the truth about the Amiga 1500 in it? And he agreed. He made a few phone calls to the person that I spoke to. Then it was obviously true. So he very kindly allowed me to put something in to address the story. But I thought when he said about that, I thought it would be a great idea if I've always wanted to design my own version of the case, because as most people know, I love the 3000 with an absolute passion, and so it's designed to look like it but be modern at the same time. So I thought I'd do that anyway. My Kickstarter came out actually before David's book, so I thought I might be able to piggyback on the back of David's book, but I came out a little bit quicker.
Excellent.
That's the history of the original one.
Love it. So so that's great. So Stephen, so everyone was asking, so the Checkmate is a case. The Checkmate 1500 is a new case that Stephen designed. He originally designed one back in the day, but yes, last year in 2019, he had a very successful Kickstarter campaign for the new case. So the new case can take an actual Amiga 3000, right? Right, it can take a 3000 motherboard, but it can also... No. Okay.
No, the Checkmate 1500 Plus was designed to hold the Amiga 500, the Amiga 1200, the Amiga 600, or you could put a mini ITX or micro ATX motherboard in it. So, having said that, there is a guy called Simon Marston, I think his name is, who is putting he's actually almost about to release it, a fitting kit for the 3000 motherboard with some frame changes. But it was never originally designed for that.
Got you. So it's a modern solution. It's a 3000 style, but it wasn't designed for the actual 3000 motherboard. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very, very good. I know many people who tune into the streams have your case, and they absolutely love it. So this Checkmate 1500 was a glorious success, and now you've got a new Kickstarter going. If anyone wants to back Stephen's new Kickstarter, do !SJ, Stephen Jones in the chat, and there is his new Kickstarter, which just launched. I can bring it up on the screen. Here it is. It's the Amiga 3000 inspired mini ITX computer case, the Checkmate A1500 Mini. So, Stephen, why don't you tell us a little bit about the new case?
Okay, so the original case was obviously very big because it had to take an Amiga 500 motherboard. It was designed around that, so it was very wide. But I always wanted to do a small version, which is about closer to the 3000 size. Now, in fact, this is actually an inch narrower than the 3000 and shorter. But because it's only mini ITX, so that's if your motherboard has to be mini ITX form factor. So what I've had to do is you can't just bring out and put a PC in it. No one wants that. No. We're Amiga fans, aren't we? So I looked into some other ways of doing it. So some people may know, not everyone, there was a product called Amiga. Okay, and I managed to get hold of one from a great guy called Edu Arana, and he develops these amazing products. Managed to talk him into building a mini ITX version of this, which you can fit in. That's going to be coming soon. Also, well, let's do this one first.
Well, why don't you, Steve, why don't you tell folks what the Amiga is? I mean, because I know it is. Why don't you give them a...
Yeah, okay. So the Amiga is basically an FPGA implementation of an Amiga. So basically, if an FPGA chip recreates the internals of any silicon. So it's actually, it's not emulation, it's simulation of actual physical hardware. And then it goes onto a chip that can reconfigure every time we boot it up. So it enables it to be, it's literally just like having an Amiga on a single chip, and then the operating system will just run on it. And so you can see this demo is running on it. One of the great things is, I don't know if this is going to come off on the stream, but the text here scrolling along is absolutely rock smooth. With emulators, they never quite get it right. It's quite, I'm exaggerating, but it's quite jerky, the things like this. So it does give you almost a completely accurate recreation of the actual hardware. So this one runs about, not that it'll mean much. So let's just say Amiga 1200 is a good baseline for people. So if you imagine this runs, it's a 50 megahertz 1200. That's probably a good way of looking at it, with about 20 mega RAM, 2 mega chip. It's actually a really nice classic classic simulated hardware.
Yeah, so FPGA, right? Fully programmable gate array, and so on Amiga, it's very similar to something like a Mister, right? I know a lot of folks who tune into my streams have seen me use the Mister. I love my Mister. Hold on. You got one there? Nice, excellent, love it. Here's mine. I'll show you mine if you show me yours, Steven. Awesome, yeah. And the thing that really got me excited about the Mister is there's this amazing community with Sensible World of Soccer. My man Playavelli, who's watching right now, is one of the main people in that community, and they were saying that when they play with I love WinUE, I love software emulation, but they said they can tell the difference. They're so good at the game that they can tell the difference. Like when they're playing Sensible World of Soccer, they can tell that it's an emulator. But the one time they can't really tell that it is not a real Amiga is when they use the Mister, because the FPGA is like the most accurate re-implementation of an Amiga that they've ever come across, and I agree. I love my Mister so much. So the Mister, even though I have this really cool case for the Mister, if you wanted to, you could put the Mister inside your new mini ITX mini Checkmate case. Oh, look at that! That is awesome.
So another board we decided to do was, because I obviously seen the Mister and I was blown away with how good it was. So again, I went back to Edu and said, do you think you could make a board that would go in mini ITX form factor? So he created this board, and it arrived about 5 days ago. And it allows you to put the D10 Nano on it. It's got all your ports on it. It will actually have more USB ports on the final version, but it's got VGA output, stereo output, HDMI output, Ethernet. I mean, it's a full-blown system. And so I built it to be a brilliant Amiga, but of course it can be anything you want it to be. That's the wonderful thing about it. So that's one of the boards that we developed for it.
That's amazing. I have a couple questions there. So Mister, one of the cool things about the Mister is not only going to be an Amiga, but it emulates. I love emulating the Atari 8-bit stuff. It emulates Atari ST, Commodore 64, arcade stuff. There's so many. Neo Geo part of it is supposedly amazing. It's amazing, right? So the board that you just showed is a Mister on a special board that was designed by Edu, right?
So it's interesting that you mentioned it because people think of it as a Mister, but actually it's called a D10 Nano, which is an Intel board,
right,
which is an educational board. The Mister is actually the other boards and the supporting software. So this board itself, I mean, it gives you just a wonderful amount of performance for the era that we're all interested in. I mean, it'll even emulate a 486, which is amazing. So it can do so much in this one little board. Oh god! Right, I'm just gonna. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna sort that.
No problem.
My powering kit for my camera.
No worries. We're live. That's how. Oh, there. I see you're back. You're back.
There you go. Yeah, it'll last another half hour now. So yeah, these boards, these D10 Nanos have been used by so many retro fans and to build so many amazing cores that you can emulate. I mean, and you can build any kind of computer you like on this core. And it's just like the real thing, as you said earlier. Most people can't tell, especially the Mini MIG core, which is the one you're talking about, the Amiga, is one of the oldest. In fact, I think it is the oldest, which means it's very, very accurate and stable. So it's a brilliant thing to have on a Mini ITX board.
Now, this board that you're showing us, is this part of the Kickstarter, or is this something that can be separate?
No, these are extras. So the idea was get the case, so you can buy your case. Once the Kickstarter's finished, then you can take the case, obviously, as it is. Or you'll have the option to buy boards that we've had developed specifically for it on day one. So it's not a case of waiting. These are all pretty much ready to go. And although this is still a prototype, by the time the Kickstarter's completed, these will be ready to ship. So I wanted these boards to roll out with the cases so you can order at the time.
Excellent. So Edu is in sync with you. So when the case comes out, you can buy that board from him. You can buy the Unamiga from him. So you can go with the DE10 Mister setup. You can go with.
Interestingly, what's going to happen is actually I'm going to be selling the Mini ITX versions of the boards. Mm-hmm. I'll probably be the only one who sells the Unamiga, the ITX version.
Okay.
Because it makes life easy. However, the one thing I wanted to do with the Mini ITX Mr. Board was I didn't want to be the only person selling this. So I've already spoken to one of the well-known, I'm not going to mention the name at the moment until things are finalised, but another one of the Mr. Support companies about being able to supply these. So basically, I'll buy a batch and they can buy some, and then we'll do it that way so they can get them, so their community can buy it, because not everyone's going to want to put it in my case. I get that.
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to make that available. Then I haven't got to worry about supporting everyone. It's easier if we distribute them around.
That's really smart. Yo, Pints and Amiga, thank you so much for the subscription. Riot Retro Gaming, thank you so much for 400 bits. Thank you all for coming today. So, Steven, we're here with Steven Jones. He's got an amazing new Kickstarter. It's a mini ITX case. It's called the mini Checkmate case, and it is freaking cool. It is the follow-up to the Checkmate 1500. So not only inside this case you can put this is beautiful. Inside this case you can put an Amiga FPGA. You can put the DE10/Mr. FPGA. And is that what you got in your hand there, Stephen?
This one's the Raspberry Pi. So this in fact this was the first kit that I made. And the idea of this is that it's a normal Raspberry Pi 4. But we have an adapter board that's come from China. It's a bit tricky to actually show you this, but it turns the ports to the rear. And then also put 4-port HDMIs. We also have a power adapter, so you can plug this into any mini ITX case, including mine, I hope. Then you can run it from an SFX power supply. Now, people may say, well, why would you want to do that? Because that's overkill. If you want to put an SSD drive in it, or if you want to put a DVD drive in it, all these other things, you've got plenty of juice. So some people like the idea of it, and it's just a good way. From a Raspberry Pi fan's attitude, it might be slightly different. Why do I want an expensive case to put a cheap Pi in it? But for an Amiga fan, it's the other way around. I can build this case that looks like a 3000, and for £35, I can add a computer that gives me 1,000 MIPS.
It's incredible. I mean, I'm a huge Raspberry Pi fan myself, and for me, the whole thing, like, when you're dealing with something that's not a real Amiga, when you're dealing with something that's like an FPGA or a Raspberry Pi, I'm just looking to bring back the Amiga experience. I'm trying to emulate that feeling of sitting at a real machine. So this is like your case and the design of it, the fact that it looks like a 3000. I want to recreate that Amiga experience, with your case, or maybe recreate like a modern Amiga experience with this case, because personally, like, the Raspberry Pi 4 is the most powerful Amiga that I own. I've got my 1200 here. I got an 030 in it. I love it, but I don't have an 060 in there. So my most powerful Amiga is actually a Raspberry Pi. I'm a huge fan of these new options, because not only is it cool for someone like me. I mean, even though I have the real machines, there's a lot of neat things you can do with these new implementations of Amiga. Like I said, Raspberry Pi is the most powerful one. And also for folks, Amiga hardware is getting really expensive these days. And for folks who are just getting into an Amiga and they want to have an Amiga experience, I think something like getting your case and putting a Raspberry Pi into it is a really awesome way to get into Amiga.
Okay, now let me be fair. Well, I say this a lot to people. My aim is to get lots of people to rediscover or to discover for the first time the Amiga. You don't have to buy all of this. All you need is the Raspberry Pi. They're £35, and you may even have one. You can get an emulator. You can get it with if you get the official software. Maybe spend another £30. You could try the Amiga and see if you like it. I mean. If you like it, then you can grow your collection. I mean, all of us Amiga people have got crazy collections of stuff. Ridiculous. I mean, we all probably need help.
Yeah.
But like my 3000, still got my toaster in that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. So, Super Tech Boy, thank you so much for the 100 bits. So, I agree. The Pi is a great way to go. But I think putting it into your case is definitely, it brings that physical experience of using an Amiga back. And there you go. I was just gonna ask you about the keyboard. So you got the case, you got a Raspberry Pi, but you need a keyboard to go with it.
So the interesting thing was, one of the big things obviously is the keyboards, because there are projects to make keyboards, and they're great. But I slightly different attitude. I think, well, keyboard mechanism's not the most important thing, as long as it's good quality. The most important bit is the keycaps, that they look like an Amiga keyboard. So what I did was I hunted around to find a mechanical keyboard that gives me everything I want as far as the quality and the switches. These are cloned cherry reds. So they're just like having a cherry red keyboard, but a lot cheaper. And then we've got a supply where we can custom make hundreds of these keycaps, and we're doing a black one. There's a black version here. We're doing it in white. And if you will be able to order the keycaps from us after the Kickstarter, which I think I've got them at the moment is £29 for a set of keycaps. And you can put that on any keyboard that has Cherry MX switches, be they clones or original Cherry MX. So you can use them for any keyboard. So you can create, for example, I don't know if you can see it, but you've got the Amiga key there.
Oh, perfect.
It's just it looks just like an Amiga keyboard.
That's awesome. I mean, and then Cherry, for those who don't know, Cherry MX is like a very, very common type of keyboard these days. I think both my keyboards for my PC are Cherry MX. So this way you can get an inexpensive Cherry MX keyboard and put the Stevens Amiga keys on it. And you can get it in white or black, depending on which case you get. What's that? I see it, Super Tech Boy. Yo, Power, thank you for the 100 bits. What's the dial in the upper right corner? Like, is that for Tempest?
Okay, so this splits people down the middle, because it just so happened when I was hunting around trying to find the optimum keyboard that I could get from China for a reasonable price. This company approached me and they said they had this one, and it's got red switches in it. Now they are clones; they're not the original cherries. Very important, but they feel just like the original cherries. It came with this dial and the media playback on it. Now, most people, Amiga people, go, "Oh, that's just Windows," and I go, "Yeah, oh, okay, fair enough." But actually, when you're using the if you're using the Mister machine in here, because it's got an ARM controller with Linux on, it reads it, so the volume of your audio goes up and down, or you can press it to mute it, or you can press start and stop.
Wow.
With your keys. So I'm hoping that we'll hook that into the Amiga's operating system over time. Again, you don't have to buy this keyboard. You can buy any keyboard you like, and you can put these switches on it. Oh, sorry, the keycaps on it.
That's awesome. Yeah, the keyboard I have right here. Let me see if I got my overhead camera. I haven't tried overhead camera yet today. Boom. Yeah, so like this keyboard. This is my PC keyboard right here. There's my 1200. This is my PC keyboard here, and those are Cherry MX keys right there. So I could put your keys on this keyboard.
Is that a Corsair?
It is. It's a Corsair.
I've got one over here.
Oh, perfect.
Hence why I know.
Perfect. Okay, so he's asking, Pints and Me is asking if the keys will fit in Amiga 1200. I know the answer to that one, but you might as well answer it.
No. These keyboards are completely standalone. They're not meant to go anywhere. I get asked this question all the time. There is a project out there where they've made it's Amiga on the Lake. Have done it with Brian. I forgot Brian's handle now. But they've done this Cherry MX board that will go inside 500s, and I think they do one for the 1200 as well. They're obviously quite expensive because they're low manufacture volume and they're using proper Cherry switches. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then you need to speak to Amiga on the Lake. I'll remember Brian's handle in a minute.
Yeah, no, Amiga, it's so cool,
No,
Steven. I was an early backer of that. The Kipper 2K keyboard from Amiga on the Lake, and I just got it last week. The guys sent to me last week. I think I was number 82, and the keyboard, I gotta be honest, it exceeded all my expectations. I was losing a little bit of hope. I didn't even know that they. I'm blowing it here, folks. I didn't even realize that they had started distributing the keyboards, but they got it. Mine came in 2 weeks ago, and it's fantastic. And that is a keyboard that will go inside a real 500 or 1200. You just have to order, because they each one uses a different controller. The 500 1200, they have different keyboard controllers and attached to the motherboard a different way. So you just have to order the 500 version or the 1200 version, or you can get it USB, which is super cool. So you can get it USB and connect it to your Raspberry Pi, which is awesome. Oh, look at that. What's that?
So with the original 1500 Plus case, I made this aluminium keyboard case. So you could put a 1200 keyboard in it or a 500 keyboard. I sent this to Brian, okay, Kipper 2K, And the idea was so that he could make sure his board fits in it as well. So if you're buying a different case, you can put that in here and run a USB cable out to whatever case you want to use.
Oh, that's amazing. So that matches your Checkmate. So if you get that keyboard from Amiga
Yeah,
on the way,
look, it's kind of important because this was never meant to sell a lot, and I've sold hundreds.
Wow.
I just didn't expect it. I mean, I think I sold 400 or 500 of these keyboard cases, which really surprised me. But it's all aluminium. It's very, very light.
Very light, but very well made.
Yeah, so that doesn't really work in with this setup because you obviously need to sacrifice an Amiga keyboard. And who wants to do that?
Right.
Unless you get the Kipper 2K one.
So Milo Chalk is asking, so if you use the configuration, if you put a Mister inside of your case, do you need the Kira, or can you just go directly in?
If you're going to use, right, if you've got a spare, say for example, an A1200 keyboard, and you've got a broken 1200, or you've just got a 1200 keyboard, if you buy the Kira, you can use this case because this is how we do it now. And you screw the Kira version 2 into it. You put the keyboard, plug it into the Kira, and a USB cable in the back, and it's a USB keyboard.
Right. Yeah. So So Milo, the Mister uses a USB. So yeah, it's any USB connector. So you can use the Kipper 2K keyboard from Amiga on the Lake, or you use just any USB PC keyboard. So you wouldn't want to use your original Amiga keyboard. What's that?
I think it's got to be a 1200 keyboard because the Kira works, I believe, with the 1200 keyboards. I mean, that's how we use it. With the 500, we have a cable kit.
Right. The new Kira I think only does 1200, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Pick a King Dom Wars. I never used them on Xbox, but I'm a Mister guy. So Steven, let's take a look. Let's take a quick look at the Kickstarter. Can you give us give us a little tour of the case itself?
Do you want me to bring the camera over?
You might as well, right? Let's go for it. If you want to.
Now, look, this guy here, he's the professional cameraman. Remember that, I'm not.
That's okay. I'm not judging you.
I'm assuming it will reach.
If it doesn't, don't worry about it.
I've got it on an extension lead. All right, how are we doing here?
It's looking good, Steven. I like it.
So,
that is gorgeous. So the one we're looking at now, is that a mini? That's a mini, correct? That's the new one.
That's the mini, yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't got. Oh no, I have actually. Look, here's the plus down here.
There it is. That's the original one.
That's the original one. I've sold 1,000 of them.
Wow, 1,000.
Then you've got the black one. Oh, hang on, let's get the black one. The black one's tricky to pick up because it's black.
Sure, I know. It's like when I try and take a picture of my cat. It's hard to get. It's so black, it just blends in. Steven, that's beautiful, and it also comes packaged in a beautiful box that we see right there as well. I mean, that's the thing with your product, Steven. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I had my daughter's a graphics designer, but her partner's also a graphics designer, and I gave him a small part-time gig for designing the packaging and the manual and everything else just to help. And he also did the video as well. So he's put a lot of effort into this. His name's Samuel Hurl, and he's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This time I want to go out the gate.
Yeah, look, Warski, you're right. That's right. The Kira V2 does Amiga 600 as well. Steven, you know what You know what I messed up here, Steven? I prepared the video, the promo video, and I forgot to play it before you came on. I was so excited. I made a quick re-edit of the promo video. It's only like a minute long. It just has everything except the part with you talking about it, because I figured you were going to be on the show and you can talk about it. So I can play the video really quick. I think it'd be nice for people to see it.
Yeah, far away, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's see, desktop full screen, and I'll leave us on the screen. Why not? We'll just be quiet, and you guys can. Let's see. Do I have this here? MacBook Pro VHS scan PC sound is ready to go. Let's make this full screen. Here's Steven's video. Dude, that was awesome. Really, really great video, Steven. So the box looks great. It comes with it looks like a very thick instruction manual, and the build quality of the case just looks stunning. That was a great video, Steven. It was brilliant. What's in the manual?
So let me explain what's happened with the manual. So Sam's redesigned the existing manual. But this is going to be 2 to 3 times the size of the old one because I'm going to include everything to do with every part of the system. What you saw was this manual, probably the really thick one. Now, I'll explain what we're doing with this. One of the things people like with retro computers is that you can just turn them on and start programming in BASIC, just for fun. And so what we thought we'd do is we'd make this similar kind of thing. So you could boot straight into Amos Pro. And I've got permission from Francois Leonet to do this. He's given me his blessing. But we also thought you need a manual. So if you buy a complete system from us, you get a copy of this manual, which is called Mastering Amiga Amos. And it was written by a guy called Phil South, like in the 90s. And I've actually covered it. I've put a branded cover on top just so it looks good in the box. That's the actual manual. Hopefully you can see that. And every single one who buys a complete system will get this manual. And it is a very in-depth on Amos and how to use it. So that'll be part of it. So that's the 2 books you saw. If you buy just the case, you get that one. If you get a deluxe pack, and if you buy the complete systems, you get both. Brilliant,
brilliant. So can you tell us the 2 difference? About the two levels there? Is that the main difference?
One of the things that happened in the last one was there were some people who just, let's go back a little bit. So when I did the original Kickstarter, I set the price and I went off with it. It was only going to have plain brown packaging because I was never happy with that, but we didn't have any budget. But what happened was because we did extras and I didn't expect it. A lot of people bought extras, and I thought, well, let's take a load of that money and we'll spend $5-6 grand, and I paid for these really nice, the original boxes, which everyone really loves. So this time around, I thought, we'll do the same thing again, but they're very expensive, like £15-20, the packaging in colour. It's ridiculous. So I thought, well, we'll do a deluxe pack, a basic pack. So the basic pack is the case and what you need to build a system. Obviously, no power supply, obviously. But you've got the main bits in there. If you go for the deluxe pack, you get the packaging, you get the user manual, and you get some extra components. Like I've noticed the extras that most people want is the extra panels, the different panels. So you get in a deluxe pack, you get all 3 of the different panels that you can use. You also get a support for a slimline DVD drive, which is really nice because then you can have this little skinny front here, and you can slide and just put a disc in, and they've been very, very popular on the Plus model. But also there's a support bracket for the power supply. Now, someone said, well, why don't you get that as standard? It's only the only reason for the support bracket is if I build a complete system, I ship it. Normally, power supplies are screwed in the back and they're nice and solid. But if it gets bounced up and down like that with a power supply, we've made these little brackets so you can ship it and it'll just stop it from moving once it's in the case. So yeah, you get a few more bits and pieces in there, but also you get the color packaging, which is the meat, shall we say? I'll give you an example. Only 10% so far, roughly, want the basic pack.
Only 10% want the basic. Most people are going for the deluxe.
Yeah, it's about between 8 and 10 times the amount for people buying the deluxe pack because we're nerds. We all want the packaging. It's kind of
we're collectors. We want the packages. Let's see what you got there.
The other thing is because everyone's seen the shots of the front. No one's seen the back.
Oh, that's amazing! Awesome photography.
Now, this is not finished. Okay, this is all changed now, but that's the basic design of the back. Then obviously you got that at the front. It's hard to see on the camera, obviously.
Oh, I see it.
I showed you earlier on the little message because I think for J Minor.
That's incredible. In memory of J Minor, thank you for the Amiga. That's beautiful. And so this box only comes with the deluxe version.
Yeah, because it's just purely I mean, they're so expensive to make. Because if we were making thousands, fine, but we're making like 500, and they just cost a fortune to make. But I think they're worth it. And we've redesigned the inside, so it's got a shelf built into it now. I think you probably saw in the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a shelf, so you can slide the key. If you order the keycaps, they go in there. You've got a nice layout. You're presented with the manual straight away, and we have pockets to put spare parts in, and it's just a much better box than the other one.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's to be fair.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, it's not that much more. So I see the basic case is 159 pounds, and then the deluxe case is 199 pounds. So it's not a big. Yeah, it's totally worth it to get the awesome box. It's a beautiful design. Yeah, it's a great job on the box. It's Bobby Fat Gun, a hint of retro, but also looks modern.
So if you take the extras that you're getting, all the internal components, they come. We normally charge about £25-30 for them anyway. So you're pretty much getting almost that value. Oh, at the mechanic, no, it's not. You're almost getting that value just in all the extras that most people buy.
Right.
So hopefully this time there won't be too many, apart from the keycaps, obviously, and apart from if you want to buy one of these boards. That's a different thing entirely. But yeah, I think that's the basic bits that people like as extras.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yo, Amiga Swiss, thank you so much. Amiga Swiss says, yeah, subscribe for 2 months. Thank you, Amiga Swiss, for the subscription. Ross Wildstar, thank you for the follow. Super Tech Boy, thank you for all the bits. Take care, Pints and Amigas. Hope to see you soon. Oh man, yeah, Steven, this is so exciting. I'm looking at the Kickstarter now. Let's bring it up on the full screen. So the main points are you have the basic case, you have the deluxe case. Here on the Kickstarter, I know Pick a King, you were asking what was available for it. You can put a Raspberry Pi 4 in it. You can put the special build of the Mister that Edu is doing for it in it. You can put an Unamiga in it. Of course, you can put just a regular mini ITX PC in it as well. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, there is the mini ITX motherboard right there on the screen.
Did you get the? Did you see the picture? I had to build a boring PC in it as well, but this one here just had built in with water cooling, so it's got one of those Ryzen 3400Gs in it with water cooling and LED lighting and all that kind of stuff.
That's nice. Okay, so that's where the water cooling comes in for the Ryzen. That's interesting. Yeah, and I know, it's so funny. I was never into the whole LED thing, and then until I got one, and I pimped out my PC with some LED lights, and I love it. And I bought some LED lights. Stuart Johnson, one of the incredible people in the media community, he gifted me one of the translucent cases from A1200.net. The translucent, and I got LED lights ready to go for it. I'm gonna make it glow red. It's gonna be awesome. Oh man. So
I know.
Sorry, say again.
Interesting. Actually, I don't know if you could pick this up, but these keyboards have RGB lighting as well. These ones with the Amiga keycaps.
Oh wow, that is so. I didn't pick that up. That's awesome.
They come with RGB lighting as well.
Very cool. RS Matrix 1, is it an SFX power supply in there?
Yes, it's still the same, yeah. So the SFX power supply is completely overkill for most of the boards we're putting in there. We realise that. Hence, we've got a supply from. Well, we're trying to sort a reasonably priced one, but where they're very good is if you want to then put extras in. So, say for example, you build a Pi, and we all know the Pi takes almost nothing. Right? But if you want to add a DVD drive to it, or you want to put a SATA SSD drive in it, and so on, you want some extra power in it, then it all runs. The best thing about it is it's all in one place. You press the button, it starts. You press the button, it turns off, and it's all controlled like that. So, not everyone's going to need it, but it makes life easy for me because I end up with a standard power interface.
So, Stephen,
and it's all hidden in the case.
That's brilliant. So the thing that you just had in your hand, that's basically an add-on board for the Pi. That's how you mount it into the case, and that gives you access to it on the front panel, correct?
Yeah, and it comes in white too.
Right. So that's not a standalone. Is that a standalone on its own, or is that something that you put into the mini Checkmate?
So what this is the Raspberry Pi 4B. A couple of extra boards. One of the board turns. I don't know if you can make that out, but it turns the HDMI ports round so they face the right out the rear. And the bottom board is the one we use on our other cases to control the power from the SFX power supply. So you plug that into here, you plug the switch into there, and then it controls everything. So it's nice and neat.
Oh, that's brilliant. And it goes into the front of the Mini to Checkmate Mini. That's what I'm saying. But the thing that you're holding in your hand, it goes into the new case.
There's pictures on the site, but that's the size of a mini Itx motherboard.
Got it.
These are the 4 screws. So that screws in the back, and that's at the rear of the case.
Got it. So it comes out the rear. Got it. I'm looking.
And then if it's sitting there, you'll have your power supply here and your drives here, kind of thing, and it sits around it.
That's amazing. I'm looking for it right here. Where the heck is it? Oh, there we go. I found it. Yeah, I found it. Let me bring it up for everyone to see. So that's what we were just looking at, folks. That's what he had in his hand. This right here. Yo, Moby68K, yo, Moby68W, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that so very much. Robert Downs has a great question. And if anyone has a question for Steven, please do at Amiga Bill in the chat. I have a few questions in the queue for you, Steven. He's asking, I know you have a very active Patreon as well, Steven. Do any of your patrons have any additional benefits to this new campaign?
Yeah, I will be talking to them soon. One of the things will be potentially if they order a case and they're a patron already, they'll get this extra manual. They'll get this AMOS manual. Yeah, if you're a patron. So I'm in the process of making it work. I have to be very careful with Patreon because if I mention anything on there, Patreon slaps my wrists. So I do have to be a little bit careful. So yeah, so if you order a deluxe case, and you are a patron and you've been a Patreon for a certain period of time, and then you'll get one of these cases. I mean, I'm going to be putting these as an extra, but we're not trying to make money out of these. I'm literally just above the cost price of making them. So I think they're going to be something like £9 or £10, and they cost about £8 to make. And I've just disappeared, so I'm just going to correct my camera. Bear with me a second.
Take your time.
I'll bring the camera back
folks,
up.
it's so funny. Like Patreon can be like that. Like for example, I was doing a giveaway here on the stream when I gave away the Greek stick. Right, it was just a simple giveaway, and I tried to announce it to folks on the Patreon, and then Patreon said I can't do that. I can't tell people I'm doing a giveaway on my stream. I don't know why. I don't know why. They're like, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I had to. I don't know. Like, why can't I do a giveaway? I don't. What's wrong? I'm giving some out for free. What's the problem?
Yeah, they say it's because you're turning it into some kind of. I forget the word they use for, but I got in trouble for exactly the same idea. So we have to be a bit careful what we say now. So actually, people asking the question here helps because I can't actually mention it. I can't put it as a message on Patreon. I can put it in a video and talk about it. So I was going to announce that a little bit later on because I like to do these things quietly and just tell my patrons. You see, I don't want to tell everyone then they sign up.
Right.
I'd rather they signed up and then they get the treats.
That's it. So they get a bonus. They get a bonus for this is like a thank you for signing up. Yeah.
I mean, my patrons have been great, and to be honest, these boards. These FPGA boards probably wouldn't have happened without the Patreons and the keyboards especially. I mean, I've got, my wife laughs, I've got about 15 keyboards I've ordered from all around the world to try and find some good keyboards and keycaps, and they've all got custom keycaps, and it's a nightmare. But that costs a lot of money. I mean, I must have spent $2,000 just on keyboards. So, and that money comes from the patrons, and so that's why this stuff appears.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's so cool. I mean, how lucky are we that we have so much support from the Amiga community. It's I'm so grateful, every day for this. The Amiga community is so supportive. It allows people like you to do what you do. Like you used the money from the Patreon to invest back into the community. That is amazing. It is okay. It's exactly as Star Baker says. You got to make some money because you're putting so much time into this. Like there's nothing wrong with making some profit on it, Stephen. Amiga Mark has got a great question.
So
good.
Yeah, now let me just say this. I mean, I made a rule from the very beginning that the projects have to make profit. Okay, so that's why they're a little bit more expensive. People say, oh, they're very expensive, and they are more expensive than your average case, but that's for two reasons. Firstly, they're really expensive to make. Secondly, they're made in the UK, not China. And we do small numbers. So, but we have to make profit, because then I've invested the profit into other products. And, you know, so it all, I mean, I've just had to a bigger office because my other one I grew out of. And so, you know, we have an industrial estate, an industrial unit, which costs thousands each year. But we can do this because we've got the cases, because we've got the Patreons, and which is, you know, but that allows me to do. I still have a day job. I'm like you, Bill. I have a day job.
Yeah,
so,
it's hard. I know. I've been doing 16-hour days on the show, and then I come home at night and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta make sure I get a goodie bag out to my folks who are supporting me. You know, it's like, so because I appreciate them so much. Yeah, totally. Hold on. Where is it here? Amiga Love. Checking in. Amiga Love says the community support for new hardware and software blows all the other retro communities out of the water combined. It's not even close. Amiga community rules. I agree, Amiga Love. Terrafin, yeah, it is like a mini industry. Amiga Swiss, thank you so much for being a patron of mine and Steven's. We appreciate your support so much. Thank you, Amiga Swiss. Amiga Mark, I got a few questions here for you, Steven. Amiga Mark's got a great one. Speaking of Patreon and other projects, are you ever thinking about doing a tower unit, maybe something like an A4000 tower?
I'll say the word.
Okay.
No,
that sounds good. That's the perfect answer.
I've always wanted to. Well, two things. If I ever did, it would be at least 2 or 3 years. It would be a lot more expensive. A lot more. And the reason is because what's up in my head is really expensive to make. It would be.
It would be really cool, especially because, you know, the dream machine for a lot of people is a 4000T or even a 3000T. I kind of love to design a 3000T. But yeah, of course you have to cover your costs, you know, and make something on top of that. I know my wife does chocolate and she uses like really expensive ingredients. Some people are like, why is your chocolate so expensive? She's like, well, it costs me a lot of money to make these chocolates, not even including the amount of time I put into it. So it's the same situation with you. ORAM.
It could be expensive.
Yeah, exactly. ORAM is asking, can you buy the keyboard cases on your site? The keyboard case that you were showing, the aluminum keyboard case. He's got an Amiga 2000 keyboard.
Hang on. So, which keyboard are we talking about? Are we talking about the empty one, the aluminium one?
The empty one, yeah. Because he's got an Amiga 2000 keyboard that was broken, and I think he wants to put it into that case.
I've never put a 2000 keyboard in it. It's not designed for the 2000 keyboard.
Okay.
And these are not cheap, unfortunately. Again, they're small production. You can buy them, but yeah, also, I always say to people, if you're going to buy small components from me, check the cost of the shipping that comes up and then contact me and I'll see if it's correct, because the shipping is calculated for cases. So sometimes if you're ordering like small, I have to go in and jump in and put a little bit of discount in there because maybe it's too much shipping. That's just a message. But yeah, these are designed for the 500 and the 1200, not the 2000. That's not to say they won't fit. But what's wrong with your 2000? Usually it's the keys that go, not the case.
It was broken during shipping. He ordered a new one and it broke in the shipping, which is really unfortunate.
Okay. I mean, just email me. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Oram's the man. Definitely hit him up. Yo, Retro Tabruti, thank you so much for the raid, the host. I appreciate that. How's it going? Mr. Torg, I think you kind of answered this before, Steven, but just to make it clear for everyone, can you buy like an Amiga Itx later on, or do you have to buy it with the Kickstarter?
None of the boards are part of the Kickstarter. If you buy a case, you will be first in line to buy them. So in other words, I'll build them, I'll upgrade the case with the boards and ship them out. No one will be able to buy them until after I've shipped all the cases for the Kickstarter. And once I've done that, then we'll make the boards available to other people as well.
That makes sense. And are they going to buy them through you?
Initially, yeah, because I know that Edu he wants me to sell the ITX boards because I asked him for them, talked him into doing it, so it makes it easier for him. I'll just order a whole load, and he ships to me. So I'll be doing the ITX boards. He still has his own Amiga, the other Amiga anyway, so you can contact Edu with that. I will say this, and I think it's very, very important, okay, that Edu, I don't know how many people know about Edu Arana. He makes these amazing little products. They're the kind of little things that you don't even think are important, but actually really are. But he turned these boards out. I'll just give you an example. When he did the mini ITX version of this, it took him about 2 weeks. The finished sample. When it came to, I said, could you do this? He turned that round in about 2 or 3 weeks. This guy's an absolute genius.
He is.
So, it's important that people, I didn't do anything clever. I just said, can you put it in a mini ITX format for me? He did the rest. He's also a team of coders behind him as well. And then there's the whole Mr. community that all working together to make these great cores. So, there's a lot of people, I just sell the cases, make the cases.
Edu is the man. I have his website up on the screen right now, and I follow him on Twitter, and like it seems like every week he's got some new incredible piece of hardware out. I know he just did some kind of floppy drive, some kind of GoTech drive. It's amazing. He's it's every week he's got something new. I'll drop his Twitter. You all need to follow him on Twitter as well. Yeah. He's incredible. He's a huge supporter of the Amiga community, and he's got so many amazing projects that he's doing. And I guess every week he's got something new. It's incredible. I can't keep up with the guy. It's unbelievable.
How he does it.
I don't know.
I've no idea. I mean, someone used the word earlier about industry, but I like to call this a cottage industry. It's what we used to call it in the old days, where you've got a whole lot of little companies all delivering products for our community, and it is growing. It really is growing. And so these cases obviously have inspired people to do. I mean, Edu did a load of boards for it. He fixed everything to it. There are we've got the 1200.net guys doing their cases. So, the see-through case like you've got with all your lights. You got Bifrost, and so many people make it. And Vampire Team, so many great products for the Amiga. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got my Bifrost right here. Yeah. I just got it gifted to me from Scott at Retrobench. Super lucky. These are I can't wait to put them in this 1200. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah. So speaking of community, it is like a small cottage industry. It's amazing how many and you said that it's more popular now than it ever was. And I thought for maybe it was just kind of like a retro craze, and it was only gonna last a couple years. But it seems to be getting stronger and stronger every day. This Amiga cottage industry is remarkable.
I mean, I was shocked. I mean, literally, I think the story with Commodore was they thought we were selling tens of thousands and killing their business, right? We only sold about 200 or 300 of those 1,500 cases in the 80s. And I sold 1,000 of these ones down here.
That's amazing.
And so, and because I think then people, it wasn't the thing. In the UK, it was terrible because people in the UK were just playing games. They wouldn't spend money on the hardware. Whereas in Germany and America, people spent money on the hardware. So, but now it's completely reversed, and everyone just wants to buy stuff for their hobby.
It's awesome. It's so great, and I think a lot of it too is like a lot of us were younger back then, and we didn't have the means to create this stuff. And also now, as Amiga Love says, thank you Internet. Now the Internet connects us, so now you can reach such a broad audience with your product. It's the Internet is a great tool. So speaking of the community, Milo Loves Chocolate, Amigaville VIP there, has a question for you. He was asking about the design of the Checkmate Mini. He's like, was part of the Checkmate Mini supporting the Mr. somewhat inspired by Neil RMC Retro's excellent Mr. Case mod?
Okay, so I was on the Neil helped me launch the product,
yeah.
And I told him on the camera he wouldn't have got it. I mean, literally, because my only thoughts at the time was to do the Amiga and the Raspberry Pi. But when I saw him build that, I said to Edu, do you think you could do me a mini ITX one so that you haven't got to do the hot glue? So everything that he did is on that board. So you just literally screw it in, connect up a couple of cables, bang, there you go.
That's amazing. I mean, I know.
Neil was the inspiration.
It's hitting, RMC Retro is amazing. I'm really excited for him too. I see he's moving into a new place. I can't even imagine what he's gonna do with the new place. It's gonna be awesome. I feel like in your video, did you shoot some of it in his place?
The stream. Which video?
Oh, the video, the Checkmate video. Yeah.
No, because we're concerned that people might think that there's some kind of business thing between me and Neil. There's not. He's just wonderful and he helps me. No, well, that was filmed in my office.
Oh, okay, great, cool.
We're really lucky because at the back of it, when I moved in there, it was owned by a kitchen fitter, and they got all these wonderful box holes. Oh, that's why people thought it was. And they said, "Do you want to rip it out?" I said, "No, because it'd be a great backdrop for videos."
Yeah, it's perfect. I even thought it was his for a second. It looks so good. No,
it was done in my office.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, he is one of the best. RMC Retro is one of the best retro channels. I totally agree.
Don't underestimate Guru Meditation.
What's that?
I love Guru Meditation.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, with the day job, it's unfortunately, we haven't been able to make too many new videos, but we're making more. Anthony and I are making more. When I get done with this TV show, during the Christmas break, I got a couple in the queue that I've shot. I just got to edit them. I can't wait. Thank you for the kind words, Steven. I appreciate that.
I've got to meet Anthony.
Yeah, he's such a great friend. We've known each other since we were 12 years old, so having the chemistry between us is really cool. We actually have a video of us at the Trenton Computer Festival from 1997. I think we're gonna do like a commentary for it because it was we always used to go to these computer festivals and we would hunt down the Amigas. They were always like they were all PC based and there were some Macs there and it was really hard to find Amiga stuff, so we'd go on the hunt and it's cool. We found like this cool like Amiga Amiga booth that was selling Amiga stuff. It was awesome. What's up, Paul Kitching 3D? Great to see you, Paul. So Paul Kitching 3D did some of the 3D work for your Kickstarter, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Oh God, yeah, he's an absolute legend. I mean, in fact, I got in trouble because this Kickstarter, because we're not allowed to use 3D renders, and he did a whole load of 3D renders for me. They told me to remove all of them from the Kickstarter.
What?
Yes. Because it's not real, and yet I had loads of pictures of the real thing.
You know what? Let's look at the pictures right now because they're incredible. Paul Kitching. There we go. I got a Paul Kitching folder right here, folks. Let's see. What my complete Mister is built with, D Mackey. Mine was built by retrobench.com, and it's really cool. Scott at retrobench.com has got a deal. He's got a deal, so he can send you a pre-built Mister, and it comes with legal Amiga ROMs that he pre-installs for you. It's 100% legal. He gets them from Glanto, so if you want a really easy way to get up and running with an Amiga that's not a real Amiga, it's a perfectly legal way to do it. Supports the Amiga community. It's awesome. Go to do exclamation mark. I think I got a retrobench command here. I do. Yeah, go to retrobench.com, and if you're a patron of mine, you get 10% discount, which is a big discount on a Mister because they're not inexpensive. But here Steven, I have some of Paul's work up on the screen right now. I see, and this is something I wanted to ask you about. I see the Checkmate 1500 case there, and I also see you with AmiKit Real. And also, this is amazing. This is a 3D render, and here's the keyboard. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. There's the keyboard. That is awesome, Paul. Amazing. So for those of you that don't know, Paul Kitching is an amazing 3D artist. He did the 3D modeling for Viva Amiga Film. I think one of the pictures that you used in that video as well was a 3D render that he did of the video toaster. And there's actually a post-it on there that I hand wrote. It says WOG meeting December 6, 1990. That was when NewTek came to Westchester Amiga user group, our user group here in New York, and showed us the toaster for the first time when it was still in alpha. It was pretty amazing. Let me fix this here, Steven. I got you. Let me unlock you, JVC. Boom. Unlock you. Can I?
Don't forget you got work.
Yeah, I got my eye on the clock. Paul Kitching 3D. 3D Code Warrior. Thank you so much for gifting this up to Paul Kitching. That is amazing. I'm gonna go through all these pictures, but Milos Chalkut has got a question for you. Will the user port be accessible with the Mister EX? I'm sorry. Will the user port be accessible with the Mist EX?
Okay. It's an interesting question. It is available. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the Mystics board itself, but more than likely it will be on the rear panel. So it may end up as a lead. I don't know how well you can see this, but on the mounting plates that we're making for it, we have these extension cables, and they go like this one goes from the Ethernet to the back panel, and we've got one for HDMI, we've got one for Ethernet, and I probably will do something like that for the user port. Obviously, user port's available. It's something I'm looking into at the moment because we increased the USB port because a lot of people said about USB, and then within 5 minutes I said no, we've got to go with that because it's a different controller. So he's doing 7 USB ports, but the user port is something that people are asking about, and I'm looking into that now. But one way or another, I'm sure we'll support it.
Excellent.
I don't even know what user. I know there are things people are doing like a floppy disk controller, but I'm not actually sure at the moment what it's used for. But it's people are asking for it, so it's obviously quite important.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure what they would use it for either, but yeah, that it would be a nice feature. That's a great one. Yeah, RS Matrix says the Mister is getting floppy support. Oh, and Milo wants it for external direct MIDI.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah, because I know it's serial, isn't it? Well, look, it seems to be that it's important to have. So one way or another, I'm pretty damn sure we'll be doing it one way or another. It may end up being a cable to go to the outside. I'm not 100% sure how we do it yet because I'm not sure if Paul will be able to Eddie will be able to recreate it. What was the other point? There was another point. Oh, the floppy disk controller. Yeah. Right. So apparently, look, it's nothing to do with me. I've heard there's a floppy controller kit being made. That's not from me. So if it appears, great, because one of the panels here is a 3.5-inch stand. You can put a standard drive in it, so it'll take it. If it works, for example, with an Amiga floppy disk drive, then we can supply the panel that is used on this. Well, you can't see it down here, but the Amiga floppy panel we've made. So that would be fantastic news if you can put a floppy disk in it.
It would be so cool.
I didn't say that. Other people have said it, so I'm not in the loop as far as if it's going to happen or not. And sorry for looking over there all the time. I don't know why, but I'm looking at the screen and it's off from the camera.
Oh no, you're totally good. I'm looking in this camera, and I know I'm on the VHS camera. Yeah. It's all crazy because I have you over here. It's all answer. It's fine. Yo, Amiga Love.
Because I'm looking at you, and you're just to the right of the camera, so it looks like I'm not looking at the camera.
Yeah, no, I got it on the stream. So it looks like I'm looking at you now. Amiga Love, thank you for the 16 bits. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, it's so interesting because I know Scott from Retrobench brought that to my attention. He's very involved in all the Mr. forums, and it sounds like that floppy disk controller could be a real thing. There's prototypes of it, and it's really, really cool. And Milo is a great musician. He's and the MIDI support would be very, very cool. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll make sure one way or another we have it.
Floppy disks do rule, D-Mackie. I love it. Let's get back to this real quick. Here's, this is what I gotta do. Where's the MacBook Pro? Let's see. Can I transform this? Transform, edit, transform. I'm not cropping left 0. There we go. That's better. Transform. Edit, transform, left is going to be 0. Perfect. There we go. So here's some of Paul's work. So here's the Checkmate 1500 case with the keyboard. And this is amazing. Paul, these are all 3D renders. This is incredible. There's the black Checkmate case. That's amazing. I want to ask you about AK Real as well. I love this room. This room is a beautiful, beautiful render. Incredible. And he did a really good job with the posters on the wall. Nice, Amiga Love. Congrats.
He's great. I mean, he works on the design, so that is actually the designs of the case we've exported. So he can work with existing and make them look really good. So it's wonderful, the renders that he creates.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, so it's like a dream room. You're right. It is like a kid's dream room. I love the Commodore, the inside story, and the Beck's beers. That's beautiful. With Batman running up there. So this is a very, very interesting one, Stephen. It's the Checkmate 1500 Plus case, but next to it on the left, it's something called the Ami Hybrid. I know this is a project that you're very involved in and working on. Can you tell us a little bit about the Ami Hybrid?
Okay, so briefly, about 25, 30 years ago, I had a product called Siamese System. And the idea was to make the Amiga and PC work seamlessly. Nowadays, we take it for granted. We have virtual machines. We do the same thing. So my idea was to resurrect the concept. And to me, the best way of doing that was to have an Amiga operating system, for example, AmiKit, which I use, running on the Pi, completely front and center. Okay? So it is, as far as you're concerned, it's an Amiga. However, if you press the middle mouse button, it pops up a different cursor, and you can swap to Linux. So you can, if you look in the start bar, you have all the Linux applications that you can launch from the Amiga, like Chrome, an open office type of application, that kind of thing. You can run. I often run a music player on the Linux side of it. People say, "Why would you want to do this?" Amiga's brilliant there, well, because it takes cycles from the Amiga to play MP3. So if I play it on the hybrid on the Linux machine, it takes no processing from the Amiga, and the Amiga should run full pelt. So it's a great way of. Amiga doesn't have a proper browser. Let's be honest. We have basic browsers. We don't have a proper one. So this one, you just run Chrome.
That's brilliant. So for folks who don't know what AmiKit is, it is basically like a prepackaged, incredible, pre-set up Amiga emulator with tons of bells and whistles. But do you want to just expand on that a little bit more, Stephen?
Yeah, so with all three systems, my idea from the very beginning was I will include, when you buy a system, you will get official operating system. So I have I bought 100 DVD packs of Amiga Forever to put in. I've also done a deal with Jan to do the AmiKit. So everyone gets one of these will get AmiKit license. There's also some Hyperion 3.1.4 licenses. So they'll all be available to go into these packages. So when you buy, for example, if you buy a Pi system or you want to build the hybrid, you can get this thing fully configured, comes on a memory card. It'll also come with a DVD pack for Amiga Forever, and it'll come with a license. Nice. In fact, Jan's made a nice little badge to go, like a card to go with it. And all the licenses you need to be completely legal. And I wanted the DVD pack because you get all the historical DVDs in there as well, and all the games. And I can include all the games. I can include all the demos. Everything that's on that pack I can put in my distribution, and it looks like AmiKit, and it just runs beautifully. And if you want to run a Linux application in the background, you can.
That's incredible.
I think very importantly, is to mention Dimitri. Dimitri wrote, or at least he's the key person behind AmiBerry, which runs on the Pi. And most people don't know it's just an emulator that runs all the games. But actually, I talked him into doing some. He was already thinking about this, but never really got to it. I said, well, if I give you a case, would you do these little bits for me to make Amiga and Linux do that? So he spent a lot of time doing that, and things in the AmiBerry now, it's got some great technology in it that's improved AmiBerry, and also that the Amiga can communicate easily with the Linux host and send commands backwards and forwards to it, and so on. So it's a great way of expanding on what the Amiga. It's no different to what the Siamese was in the old days. You had an Amiga display, and then you press Amiga M and flip over to Windows and do some Windows work and flip back, all on one screen, Amiga keyboard, Amiga mouse.
That's brilliant. It's a really, like you said, it's a great way to expand on Amiga, and it takes like the best of a modern operating system like Linux, and fills in the gaps where Amiga unfortunately, falls short. For example, like with web browsing. So someone could purchase an Ami hybrid, and so I guess being as Linux, you could have a Raspberry Pi in there, or you could have a PC motherboard, right, running Linux.
Yeah, Pi is the best one because if you're building an Amiga, Pi is it's the cheapest. Of all these systems, it will be the cheapest by a long shot. So it will be a lot cheaper. But it's also 25 times faster than the FPGA systems. The only thing is it can't do this smoothness. It's still pretty damn good. So the Pi is and in fact, funny enough, I know Eben Upton from the. I don't know if anyone knows Eben Upton, but he's the head of the Raspberry Pi Foundation, and he's a massive Amiga fan. So they're about to do a little bit of promotion for me to help the Kickstarter. So if you see it suddenly skyrocket, then that means that the Pi Foundation have got behind it. But he's a big fan. I'm going to send him a case, and I said, I'll throw in a Pi for you. He's interested in the Amiga Hybrid because they love Amigas. They absolutely love them. That was his first Amiga 600.
Oh, I didn't know that. So the person behind the Raspberry Pi is an Amiga person. That's incredible. I never knew that. Alpha, what's up, Alpha?
Big.
That's great. Alpha's got a great question. Alpha, this is welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, I am Bill, and I've got Mr. Stephen Jones with us. Stephen Jones has a brand new Kickstarter. The new Kickstarter is for new cases. They're called the Checkmate mini cases. You can put a Raspberry Pi inside them. You can put a special Mr. build or a MIST DE10 board in it. You can put an Unamiga in it. You can also put a mini ITX PC inside of it. So the Kickstarter is for a new case, but right now we're talking about something called the Ami Hybrid. And not to get it confused, Steven, so the Ami Hybrid's not part of this Kickstarter. Is that correct?
No, it's not. It's a project to basically expand on the fact of, you remember the original Raspberry, is the Raspberry Pi the best Amiga ever video?
That's a video Stephen
and
made.
It had a few. Yeah, I did that, and that was the biggest hits I've ever had. But it was falling slightly short. Now, the whole point of the Ami Hybrids part is to plug the holes, make it even better. And with the Raspberry Pi 4, it's given us enough performance now that you can run AmiKit under emulation so fast. For example, I mean, I run up, like I did a video with Neil on this, and I had the thing up and I ran a Lightwave, and I rendered a 1920 by 1080 image in about 3 seconds, and then instantly displayed it. And you could build animations with the old Lightwave, the very old Lightwave.
Lightwave 5.
And so, yeah, so it's you've got performance. I don't think you need to build it with a PC. I'm not a big fan of WinUAE. No. Let me rephrase that. I love WinUAE, but I'm not a big fan of building a PC and just running it on there. But the Pi is a different thing because it's a great way for £35 and a few pounds for licenses. People can come into the Amiga and see how amazing it runs, and really get a great experience for very little outlay.
It's so true, and there's something about the Pi where, like the PC is still a PC. I still feel like I'm using like a Windows machine, even though I know it's but like there's something special about having just a dedicated piece of hardware like the Pi to it. Now, is this a special version of AmiKit that you need to run on the Pi?
No, I'm actually running the standard one from. It's a copy of my WinUAE. I have a feeling my camera's going to be dead.
Oh yeah, you just blacked out.
Yeah, right. So because I've used all my batteries up as well. This might be a good reason, right, for you to start thinking about doing your little trip.
We'll start wrapping it up soon, Stephen. But I can still hear you.
Okay, no, I'm happy to chat forever.
Okay, well, I just wanted to just finish this thought about the Ami Hybrid because I got a beautiful picture of it up here. It's a 3D rendering from Paul Kitching. And what you're seeing here is that this Ami Hybrid. So is the Ami Hybrid the case that I'm looking at right now? Is this the Checkmate mini case with the Ami Hybrid branding on it?
Yes, it is.
So if let's say someone wanted to purchase an Ami Hybrid, what's the process? Do they back the Kickstarter? How does that work?
Okay, that's quite an interesting question actually, because the Ami Hybrid is a concept. On my Patreon page, you can go. There's a page on there how to build it and how to set it up yourself. Okay, so it wasn't meant to make money. I've not done it to make money. I built the system up, and you can go and recreate it not say very easily, but if you can type a few commands in, you can do it yourself. As long as you've got licenses, if you've got a setup in WinUAE, just transfer it across, and then you can run it and use it straight away. The idea of my cases is, if you buy a case and you want to put a Pi in it and I build it, we will supply you the system completely configured. We obviously need to include the licenses.
Sure.
We have to do that. But you'll then get it, so you'll get a micro SD. It'll all be built, even have a fan on it. Stick it in, boot it up, and you'll go straight into the AMI hybrid system. I'm hoping one day that I'll be able to call it Amiga hybrid. That's the plan, but at the moment we can't.
Understood. So some folks were asking, like, what's the best way to emulate Amiga? There's so many ways. Pick a king. We can go into more discussion, about that on my Discord if you'd like. But this is an amazing way to do it. Back Steven's Kickstarter project, you get the mini case right here, the Checkmate Mini, and then you can put a Raspberry Pi inside of it. And then you can run like a classic Amiga setup using AmiBerry, so you can emulate a 1200, 500, 4000. You got the fastest Amiga you ever owned, or you can do something like this where you're running AmiKit. AmiKit is basically a souped-up Amiga emulator. It has like all the bells and whistles of all these third-party apps that were made for Amiga emulation, and because it's running on a Linux-based system like a Raspberry Pi, you can also go to the modern OS, like they call it rabbit hole. So through this rabbit hole, you can enter, you can go run like Chrome. You can see here, you can run Firefox. You can log into your Steam account. You can Skype. You can use VLC to play videos. So it's kind of like a blend of like the highest end Amiga operating system that you can get, as well as the modern Linux tools. So it's pretty. That is a pretty awesome way. Now I love AmiKit X. I have it on my PC. The only thing with AmiKit X is, to me, it's almost like its own thing. Like, it's such an advanced Amiga setup. I never had such an advanced Amiga setup back in the day. So it doesn't really like bring back the retro experience for me, but it kind of shows me like what Amiga could have been, or like what it could be. It's pretty rad. Yo, Dome Dags. It is. Go ahead. Sorry, Steven.
It is very special.
Sorry, I missed that. Go ahead, Steven.
The AmiKit that I've standardized, so basically I'm trying to run AmiKit on all my systems, but of course the low-end FPGA ones can't do it, so that's where the AK Real comes in. I did a little deal with the author so that we can include that with the system, so it'll just be something on the disk. You can run that if you want to.
That's brilliant.
Having said that, although I can't officially endorse it, both of the Mister runs I forgot the Coffin OS. You know, the one from the Vampire?
Sure, yep.
He runs it beautifully.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Because it's got retargetable graphics now on the FPGAs, they just look fantastic. So the Mister version runs it beautifully. The Amiga has RTG, but it can't quite cope with the Coffin OS.
That makes sense. Well, speaking of the Vampire, Steven, can you put a Vampire inside any of your cases?
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is this, that I didn't do it with the previous case, but with this one, we're going to do a Vampire fitting kit. So I won't be selling the Vampires. You'll have to obviously get one. Mm-hmm. This is the standalone we're talking about. But I'll be doing a standalone fitting kit, so you can pop that into one of the cases without a problem.
Oh, so you can get a Vampire fitting kit. You bought yourself a standalone Vampire. You're loving the 68080, and you want to pop it into either Steven's original Checkmate 1500 or the new Checkmate mini case. You'll have it's basically an adapter kit that lets you put the Vampire inside of it.
Yeah, well, but it might not be the simplest thing in the world. We've got to work out how much. I don't know if we need a circuit board. I think we might need to put that circuit board in there. But it's definitely, I'm making a pledge that we will create that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the Vampire is also a really important product in the Amiga community. So it's just so cool that you can put it inside such a great case like this. I know they have their own case, but this your design of your case is so beautiful. It brings back that Amiga 3000 experience, and it's so versatile. You can do so many other things with it. It'd be very cool to have a Vampire option for it. Tanois, he was talking about the Coffin OS, not Apollo OS or Aros. He was talking about the Coffin OS.
The Coffin OS is different to Apollo OS. Apollo OS is their AROS version. Some people know that I put some funding, a bounty, let's put it that way, for Apollo OS as well. So we'll probably be able to run that on the emulators as well. So it won't run on the FPGAs because they're not going to be fast enough, but the emulators should be able to run it.
Folks, this is Stephen Jones's Kickstarter. It just went live. It is for the new Checkmate mini case. It is a top quality production is the follow up to the Checkmate 1500 case. If you want to back this awesome Kickstarter, I'm going to drop the link into the chat right now. Copy this. I'm going to paste it right into the chat. Boom. Or you can do !SJ for Stephen Jones, and it will link you to his Kickstarter. I highly recommend you back this. This is awesome. You just started a Kickstarter, and you're almost at the goal already. So you have no worries about this, not getting funded. This is going to be a reality. And also, Stephen's got the track record. He delivered and over-delivered with a Checkmate 1500 case. So this is, even though this is someone who's doing this as a side project, it is like top quality, and he takes it extremely seriously and is a very professional production. So this is something you're gonna want to back. It's so cool. The Checkmate 1500 Mini. it is gorgeous. Let me just Steven's actually.
Run out.
What's that?
It's a shame my battery's run out on my camera.
I know. Well, Steven's with us. He was with us on camera for the most of the stream, but his battery just ran out. My battery's running out soon too, Steven. I got a train to catch, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream soon. But Super Tech Boy's got a question for you. Will they be available to purchase if someone misses the Kickstarter, or can they only get the case through the Kickstarter?
Okay, so it's the same as the last one. What happens is the Kickstarter cases are shipped first. Once I've shipped the cases, I open up pre-orders for the next batch. Because it takes 3 months to make the next batch. So I open pre-orders, and then we do it that way. But the answer is yes. What happened with this batch was I made 1,200 sets of plastics. I kind of guessed that would be the maximum, and I've sold 1,000. So of the plus cases, there's only ever going to be 200 more cases, and then that will be it, no more. And it'll probably be similar with the Mini, unless, of course, they go ballistic. But I don't think they will. It's quite a niche market. So I'll probably make 1,000 sets of plastics, and once the plastics are gone, then unless there's a massive demand, there won't be any more. You will be able to after the Kickstarter, yes.
Right, but the safest way to do it is to get in on the Kickstarter. And also, by doing the Kickstarter, it helps make your project a reality. I know it's going to be a reality, but still, it's nice to support the people who are doing Kickstarters during the Kickstarter. If you can, of course. Not everyone can support during the time of the Kickstarter.
It's not a cheap product.
No.
It's not a cheap product. I mean, I wish I could do it half the price. It's one of those things where the average quality case for a PC is about £90 to £100. I mean, that's if you get the high end, and I'm nearly double that. But we're not making tens of thousands, and this is the problem. So it is an expensive case, but trust me that the quality, we haven't spared any expense. I mean, they're powder coated inside and outside, so they're lovely quality.
Yeah, they're top quality. So, and we're talking about the basic case is 159 pounds. That equates to about $211. And then the deluxe case comes with the awesome box. It's great for collectors. It comes with the manuals, and it comes with the DVD panel as well. And that one isn't much more. It's 199 pounds, which equates to about $264. Again, if you want to back this Kickstarter, !SJ in the chat. And you can go support Steven's Kickstarter, which is awesome. I wish your camera didn't die, Steven. I want to I want to thank you for coming on today.
Yeah,
it was short and sweet, but this is awesome. I could talk to you all day about Amigas, and I can't wait to meet you at an Amiga event and hang out and have a couple of beers and talk Amiga with you.
We are seriously doing that. When we get rid of this COVID rubbish, we are all getting together and having a party.
Oh, we're gonna party like crazy. Absolutely. Mafrio, thank you so much for the follow. Jeff of Florida, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that, Jeff of Florida. Thank you so much. DK Wizzle can definitely recommend Steven's Kickstarter. D Wizzle backed a number of Kickstarters with different output, but he's already got the Checkmate 1500 Plus, and he can vouch for its amazing quality. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Steven's got an amazing track record. He's if you back this case, you're gonna get top quality. It's gonna get delivered, on time. Steven takes it extremely seriously and delivers a top quality project. KS, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I can't wait to party too. Sorry, C64 Television. I'm sorry that you answered your phone. My wife was saying, why haven't you left for your train yet? She's calling to make sure I'm not going to miss my train.
I've been saying, you got to go.
I do got to go. I do. So, Steven, thank you so much for joining the short stream today. I'm so glad I snuck this one in. Like they say in the movie Clerks, I wasn't even supposed to be here today. But it was a pleasure and an honor to talk to you, Stephen. Thank you so much for these incredible products that you are producing for the Amiga community. I know they are passion projects, but they are top quality products, and it's just we're so lucky as Amiga community members to have someone like you doing incredible things for the community, making these cases. I'm so psyched. I actually want to get a mini with the Ami kit set up. That is really exciting for me. So thank you, Stephen, very, very much for this. Stephen, I also want to ask you about before we go. I just want you to give me the link to your Kickstarter, because not only does Stephen have not only does Stephen have this awesome Kickstarter, but he also has a very active Patreon. If you want to drop that into the chat, please drop your Patreon into the chat as well, Stephen.
Okay. Yeah. Because I've got it all. In fact, if you just go Amiga Limited on Patreon, you'll pick it up. IMICA.
Patreon. It's called Amiga.
It's meant to sound like
Amiga Limited.
Amiga. No. I for Indigo. M for Mother. I for Indigo. C for Charlie. A for Apple. Amiga.
Let's see.
It sounded like Amiga, and I wouldn't get sued.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. No, Amiga Swiss. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. Let's see. Find a creator. Amiga. Stephen Jones. There he is. Steve Jones. Here we go.
Yeah, because I'm having trouble getting out this video page.
Perfect. Yeah, here it is. So perfect. I'm gonna drop this. Here's Stephen's Patreon. STEPHEN Stevens PATREON, and I'm gonna put that in. Stephen, what I do for my patrons and subscribers here on Twitch, after every stream I drop what I call an Amiga Build goodie bag, and it has all the links from the stream in it. So if they missed the stream, they have all the links, or if they don't want to write it down, if they're not sitting by a computer or a pad during the streams, they have all the links. So I'll make sure I put that into my goodie bag, the Amiga Build goodie bag. Stephen, I'm gonna answer a few questions before they go. Amiga Swiss, when you're in New York, you can totally meet me for a beer. I would love it. If anyone comes to New York and wants to meet me for a beer, you don't have to twist my arm. Anyway,
Bill, let me just say one thing. You have been absolutely amazing for this community, and I know you've been around as long as me. And you ran that American club for so many years, and you're still doing it. And I love I love Guru Meditation. I really do. So you just keep it going. And I have to say I'm a newbie on the Twitch thing, but the stuff you're doing is just wonderful. So just keep it going. And it's just exciting for me to talk to you. Oh. It really is, because you're the one with the picture of you standing next to Jay Minor. I'm like, I wish I met Jay Minor. So no, we'll get together one day. You're an old guard. You're definitely one of the old guard.
I thank you so much for those kind words, Stephen. That really means a lot to me. Coming from anyone, and especially from you, that's so kind. Thank you so much. Yeah, I started the Westchester Amiga User Group back in 1988, man, and we never stopped meeting and never will. When I went to college, Anthony took it over for me, and then he was running it while I was getting my career started. But I'm back in the driver's seat now, and we never stopped. I think we just crossed the 40 member threshold mark, so that's really exciting. We were down to 4 people in the dark days, and now we're back up to 40. So I'm super excited, and we're gonna have a Christmas party coming up when I get back from this job. It's going to be awesome. Stephen, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Best of luck on your Kickstarter. I know it's going to be like an amazing success. I'm going to pull the trigger on one of these mini cases. It's like the perfect case for me. I didn't need something quite as big as the original 1500 plus, but the mini case is just perfect. I love it. I'm so excited. Stephen, thank you so much for coming on the stream today. Appreciate your time very, very much, and thank you for all you do. You're amazing. Stephen Jones, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Cheers. Everyone's reminding me to take the train. Thanks, Stephen. I'm going to mute Stephen. Awesome. That was great. Everyone. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out today. Let me put on some music. Bring up my music where I'm at here. Yeah, let's put on some... we're going to go out with some... Drop the Panic. Some Hoffman. There we go. So, check it out, everyone. no stream tomorrow. As you all know, I usually stream on Sundays. Today is the Sunday stream because I'm literally gotta catch a train to work in a very short amount of time. However, I will be back next Sunday. That's December 20th for Sunday Fun Day. We're gonna catch up on all sorts of Amiga news and things that are going on in the community. It's gonna be a blast. So don't forget to follow me and tune in next Sunday. Yeah, Hoffman rules, right, everyone? If you wanna keep in touch with me while I'm at work, feel free to follow me on social media. All my social media links are right there, and you can also come into my Discord channel. We got a very active Discord over there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, this was all. Yeah, I snuck this one. I'm not even supposed to be here today, but I snuck this one on really quick. Yeah, Sakatumi, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I can't stream tomorrow because of my job. I'm working tomorrow, so that's why I did it today. And yeah, so everyone, so there's some really cool things happening in the Amiga community like today. So let me tell you about it, and then we're gonna rate. Oh wow, I really gotta go. Twitch, following. Pints and Amiga is streaming right now. It's Taylor's birthday. Pints and Amiga are awesome guys in the Amiga community. And I highly recommend you follow them. I'm gonna do a shout out to Pints and Amiga right now. Shout them out. But there's also two really. I now last time I did a Saturday stream, I rated Pints and Amiga. So if you want to go watch Pints and Amiga, I highly recommend them. I would rate them right now. It's just that DJ Hoffman, the man whose music we're listening to right now, is streaming using 2 Amigas. He's the best DJ in the universe. He's a really great friend. I did an epic stream with him. So we're gonna raid DJ Hoffman, and then when Hoffman's done with his set, he's gonna raid another channel, and my friend Akira, who's also a creator of the PT1210 software, is gonna be doing another Amiga DJ stream. So everyone, we're gonna raid Hoffman. Please tell him Amigaville sent you. Everyone have a really great week. We're gonna take it to the hot tub. I got a train to catch. I really gotta run. So thanks to everyone for watching today. Huge thanks to Stephen Jones. Have a great week, everyone, and let's go raid Hoffman. Peace out, everyone. Thank you. I just want to hear this drop. Here it comes. Amiga forever. Take it to the hot tub.